Me say boom boom boom, no everybody say way oh.
I got a big home in a penny corn, feed him all. All I need is a pretty little girl to feed him when I'm gone.
Going on the mountain, so a little cane, raise a barrel of sorghum to sweeten old Liza Jane. Yonder comes that gal of mine, how do you think I know? I know her by that gingham gown, hanging down so low.
I got a big home in a penny corn, feed him all. All I need is a pretty little girl to feed him when I'm gone.
Dark clouds are rising, surely sign of rain. Get your gray bonnet on, sweet little Liza Jane. Bake them biscuits, baby, bake them good and brown. When you get them biscuits baked, we're Alabama bound.
I got a big home in a penny corn, feed him all. All I need is a pretty little girl to feed him when I'm gone.
When she sees me coming, she wrings her hands and cries, yonder comes the sweetest boy that ever lived or died. Now she sees me leaving, she wrings her hands and cries, yonder goes the meanest boy that ever lived or died.
I got a big home in a penny corn, feed him all. All I need is a pretty little girl to feed him when I'm gone. I got a big home in a penny corn to feed him all. All I need is a pretty little girl to feed him when I'm gone.
Was a fly that rode tuxedo, he got in at Baldy. Flew around the cab looking for a place to land, and he landed on a ranger's knee. A ranger took a swab, but air was all I got. That fly's too quick for me. Was the fly that rode tuxedo, he got in at Baldy. He was right plump cause the truck was such a dump, there was plenty for him to eat. Power bar wrappers and old snack crackers and creamy fries between the seats. He just flew around though the windows were down, he didn't wanna leave. Was a fly that rode tuxedo, he got in at Baldy. Shoo fly, won't you catch on that breeze? Shoo fly, stay off my brick old cheese. Get on out of here. Shoo fly, won't you catch on that breeze? Shoo fly, lay off my brick of cheese. When I got flat down around past black, you could smell that Bobian mud. What makes grass grow, that fly knows there's something in his blood. Thanks for the ride, but I'll say goodbye. It's been a lovely trip. Now he's flying around the Bobian Corral looking for a pile of who to fly the road from Cedo. He got in at Baldy. Flew around the cab looking for a place to land, and he landed on a ranger's knee. A ranger took a swab, but air was all he got. That fly's too quick for me. Was a fly that rode to Cedo. He got in at Baldy. Fly the road to Cedo. He got in at Baldy. Go on now, yeah.
smoke cuts and light in this honky-tonk ballroom, thinking where I'd rather be. Or maybe chasing senoritas down in old Mexico, or standing at the edge of the sea. Well, if I had the money, I'm telling you, honey, we'd be on that first plane for Spain. But as long as we're here, the answer is clear. We'll waltz in the New Mexico rain. New Mexico rain. Well, it's hot down in Texas. Rain, well, I call this my home. If I ain't happy here, well, I ain't happy nowhere. New Mexico rain when my mind starts to roam. Well, the lights of the city, they keep calling my name, but you know that I've been there before. It's like a giant hotel on a long 4-lane street with the checkout time on the door. And if I had the money, I'm telling you, honey, we'd be on that New Delhi train. But as long as we're here, the answer is clear. We'll waltz in the New Mexico rain. New Mexico rain. Well, it's hot down in Texas. Rain, well, I call this my home. And if I ain't happy here, well, I ain't happy nowhere. New Mexico rain when my mind starts to roam. I've been talking all day with this man from downtown. He sure seems unhappy to me. He says that he's going nowhere. He's going there fast, and he envies the life that I lead. If I had the money, I promise you, honey, I keep him from going insane. One thing's for sure, there just ain't no cure like walking the New Mexico rain. New Mexico rain. Well, it's hot down in Texas. Rain, well, I call this my home. If I ain't happy here, well, I ain't happy nowhere. New Mexico rain when my mind starts to roam. Well, if I ain't happy here, well, I ain't happy nowhere. New Mexico rain when my mind starts to roam.
Well, I was on my way to Santa Fe back in 1883. I really had to go, so I stepped behind a tree. The sky was clear and so was my pee, and when I came back out, they'd all left me.
Who left you?
Hold on, I'll get to that. The wagon train had done left and gone, so I stumbled through the brush till I came to Cimarron. There was an old man underneath a cottonwood tree. He said, "Watch out, son, it don't get like me." He said the tooth of time's been chewing on me. Tooth of time been chewing on me. I've been here 30 years and now I just can't leave, 'cause the tooth of time's been chewing on me. I said the tooth of time, old timer, what's that? He looked over yonder and he tipped his hat. It's that igneous intrusion of dayside porphyry. It's that molar in the sky that just won't let you be. Well, I looked through my pockets and I didn't have a dime, till I ran into a fella from the French Henry mine. He handed me a bucket and he handed me a spade. He said, one's for the muck and the other's for your grave. And that's when the tooth of time started chewing on me. Tooth of time started chewing on me. 8 long months of hard work and hard luck. Yeah, I lost 2 fingers, but I made $20.
$10 a finger? Not bad.
Well, the poker game down at the James was a rout. Old BJ Ketchum done wiped my $20 out and send me packing back into the hills. If the outlaws don't get you, then the lightning will.
Never play cards with a guy named Blackjack.
Well, I hiked until I fell down and then I fell asleep. Forgot about the jerky in the back pocket of my seat. A black bear found it round 3:30, and now I'm known as the man with just one cheek. Yes, sir, the tooth of time's been chewing on me. Tooth of time been chewing on me. Now I fall over sideways every time I take a seat, 'cause the tooth of time's been chewing on me. Well, I finally made it deep into the hills, and I started cutting ties for the Continental Mill. Swinging that axe and hauling that line, I found my soul, but I lost my mind. 'Cause there's nothing like a day in the woods, working the way an honest man should in the night. With all the stars in the sky, the Milky Way will make a grown man cry. And I think the tooth of time's been chewing on me. Tooth of time been chewing on me. Fiddles and a campfire, all I need, 'cause the tooth of time's been chewing on me. Well, I think I'll probably be out here until I'm dead, and I remember back on what that old timer said. I ain't that smart, but this I know, the tooth of time is a damn good way to go. And you may come and you may leave, but round February she'll be in your dreams. That great big mountain in a sky so blue. Yeah, the tooth of time will have its teeth in you. Alright, the tooth of time's been chewing on me. Tooth of time been chewing on me. I'm smelly and I'm dirty, and it's plain to see that the tooth of time's been chewing on me. One more, the tooth of time been chewing on me. Time's been chewing on me. I hike so much I got stumps for feet. Yeah, the tooth of time's been chewing on me. Chewing on me. Chewing on me. You're my sweet pea, sweet pie, puka pie, pot pie, pickup truck 4x4. You're my 6-pack dance floor, hound dog, double wide trailer in my back door. You're my tree farm, hunting camp, sunset fishing trip, tie jeans, saddle sore. You're my boat hitch, line dance, ticket, bricky, booga wooga, hawkalooga, one and only 2x4. So come on, pretty pudge my hum, and take my calloused hand. We'll load up the Winnebago and drive across this land. We'll take all the back roads from here to Yellowstone, stay at every you'll get Yellowstone. If you be my good Sally, I'll be your good Sam. You're my corn pone, beauty queen, racetrack, Valvoline, big screen, satellite dish. You're my coleslaw, geegaw, galaxy, firewood, cowboy, casserole dish. You're my bass boat, 6-gun, Slim Jim, mud flap, Mary Kay, honky tonk queen. You're my cheap beer, work boot, chicken coop, scout troop engine hanging from my tree. So come on, pretty pudge my hum, and take my calloused hand. We'll load up the Winnebago and drive across this land. We'll take all the back roads from here to Yellowstone, stay at every you'll get Yellowstone. If you be my good Sally, I'll be your good Sam.
Tell me what you see. Bear tracks, looking back at me. Better find a ranger before it's too late. The bear's got a food and he's heading for the gate. Well, he's big around the middle and he's broad across the rump, running 90 miles an hour, taking 30 feet to jump. He ain't never been caught, he ain't never been treed. Some folks say he's a lot like me. Freeze-dried pork chops, crackers, and cheese, and put him in a bear bag and hung him in a tree. Looked in the trees and the rations were gone. Old Soup was gone and made himself at home. Well, he's big around the middle and he's broad across the rump, running 90 miles an hour, taking 30 feet to jump. He ain't never been caught, he ain't never been treed. Some folks say he's a lot like Andy. Well, I got me a ranger and I got me a gun. We found old Soup and got him on the run. Chased him up hollering down in the well. We shot him in the bottom just to listen to him yell. Well, he's big around the middle and he's broad across the rump, running 90 miles an hour, taking 30 feet to jump. He ain't never been caught, he ain't never been treed. Some folks say he's a lot like Mikey.
I was towing my pack along the dusty Comanche Country road when along came a com truck with a high canvas covered load. If you're gonna Cypher's Mac, with me you can ride. And so I climbed into the cabin and I settled down inside. He asked me if I'd seen a road with so much dust and sand. I said, listen bud, I've traveled every road in this here land. I've been everywhere, man, I've been everywhere, man. Across the base camp bare, man, I breathe the mountain air, man. I travel, had my share, man, I've been everywhere. Been at Home Mill, Sawmill, Max Road, Yaddo, Anasask, Comanche, Porky, Poblano, Clark's Fork, North Fork, Middle Fork, Cedo, Hunting Lodge, Health Dog, Sweat Lodge, Astro, Baca, Rocca, Brewa, Gia, Bovidal, Dotting Hall, Score, the Villa. I've been everywhere, man, I've been everywhere, man. Across the base camp bare, man, I breathe mountain air, man. I travel, have my share, man, I've been everywhere. Then I headed in Upper Dean, New Dean, Clear Creek, U Park, Mines Park, Copper Park, Deer Creek, Tench Mine, Porcupine, Bovine, Windmill, Thunder Mine, Gars Mine, Gold Mine, Gristmill, Youth Springs, Patch Springs, Hot Springs, Hippieville, Wilson Mesa, County Mesa, Rock Mesa, Big Mistake, Deer Lake, Butcher Lake, Crater Lake, for Pete's sake. I've been everywhere, man, I've been everywhere, man. Across the base camp bare, man, I breathe mountain air, man. Trouble had my share, man, I've been everywhere. And a ball camp, fish camp, old camp, new camp, rich camp, lost camp, Charles County, Haunted camp, wild horse, black horse, sawhorse, body mine, cathedral rock, rock jock, winter rock, bear mountain trail, peak, Toby peak, lover's leap, mud shack, arrowhead patch, we all did a plaque, snapshot with the T-Rex track. I've been everywhere, man, I've been everywhere, man. Across some base camp bare, man, I breathe mountain air, man. Trouble had my share, man, I've been everywhere. Been at Tooth Ridge, Thunder Ridge, Sucks Bridge, Sealy, Rockton, Cimarron, St. James, Creamy, Ring Place, Nern Place, Palmer's Place, Black Mountain, PJ, 50C, RO, Water Fountain, PC, CD, BCM, RT. Take me down to the chicks and see where the grass is green and the girls are pretty. I've been everywhere, man, I've been everywhere, man. Across the base camp bare, man, I breathe the mountain air, man. I'll travel, have my share, man.
I know someplace you haven't been.
Hold on a second. I've been everywhere. I've been in Cimarron, Colfax County, Philmont Scout Ranch. I've been everywhere.
One night while I was out riding the graveyard shift, midnight till dawn, the moon was bright as a reading light for a letter from an old friend back home. And he asked me, why do you ride for your money? Tell me, why do you rope for short pay? You ain't getting nowhere and you're losing your share. Oh, you must have gone crazy out there. Well, last night I ran on a Jenny. She's married and she has a good life. Oh, you sure missed a track when you never came back. She's the perfect professional's wife. And she asked me, why do you ride for your money? Tell me, why does he rope for short pay? He ain't a-getting nowhere and he's losing his share. Oh, he must have gone crazy out there. Oh, but they've never seen the northern lights. They've never seen a hawk on the wing. They never spent spring at the Great Divide. They never heard old Camp Cookies sing. Well, I read up the last of my letter, and I tore off the stamp for Black Jim. And Billy rode up to relieve me. He just looked at my letter and he grinned. He asked me, why do they ride for their money? Tell me, why do they rope for short pay? They ain't getting nowhere and they're losing their share. Oh, they must have gone crazy out there. Oh, but they've never seen the northern lights. They've never seen a hawk on the wing. They've never seen spring at the Great Divide. Oh, they've never heard old Camp Cookies sing.
I have worked upon the hillsides where the pines sing in the wind, where the renters lived before me and the miners before them. We believe in simple living. It's the only life to know. All we need here is all our freedom and a place to call our own. In the land of Lucian Maxwell, where the quaking aspen grows, where the wild grass fills the meadows and the rocky rivers flow, lie the hills that I call home. I have traveled across the country, and there is much that I have learned. Still I felt no peace inside me till the day that I return. For there are two things you can count on in this troubled world we face. Every season has an ending. Every person has a place. In the land of Lucian Maxwell, where the quaking aspen grows, where the wild grass fills the meadows and the rocky rivers flow, lie the hills that I call home.
Well, I am looking, I'm searching, I've found near the ground my soul, myself, beneath this trail. There's no other place I'd rather be. Can't you see me out here walking in the rain and hail? The purpose of life, it seems to me, is not to take yourself too seriously. I wouldn't want to be an old man sitting in an office building someplace far away with worry on my face. Well, you can't take my car, my stereo, my little money. Leave me with nothing but my trail family. Take my dress-up clothes, my cheap cologne, my college loans. I don't mind, I don't mind. Well, if that tax man comes looking, I'm at 10,000 feet cooking up some oatmeal or some rice and beans. I worship the spirit who doesn't just look down. He looks up and through and all around. Find him in the rocks and trees, 'cause there's no reason to pray when you wake up every day to the sunrise over Cedo Peak. So find some ground, lace up your boots, start walking, and you will find reason, enough reason to believe. Well, you can drop your worries at the parking lot, or way down in the city where the sun burns hot. Although civilization is a nice place to visit, I wouldn't want to live there. Just one final paragraph of advice: don't burn yourselves out. Be as I am. It's not enough to fight for the land. It's even more important to enjoy it while you can, while it's still here. So get out there and hunt, fish and mess around. Ramble out yonder, explore the woods, encounter the grizz, climb the mountains, bag the peaks, run the rivers, breathe deep that yet sweet, lucid air. Sit quiet for a while, contemplate the precious stillness, that mystery, an awesome space. Enjoy yourself, keep your brain in your head, and your head attached to your body, body active and alive. And I promise you this much, I promise you this one sweet victory over our enemies, over those desk-bound people with their hearts in a box and their eyes hypnotized by calculators. I promise you this one sweet victory.